How about this report from Ramona Shelburne? This one's an interesting one.
This bothered me.
The only thing that bothered me about this was the timing.
That's what's bothered me.
Okay, but the Clippers are reluctant to offer Paul George a max contract in the offseason. He's a free agent.
And today's his birthday. You guys do it like that. That's dirty.
How old is he?
Evan told me 34 years.
Oh, he's young.
Yeah,
Paul George is young. Whew.
Hey, I think you're running that bit in the ground.
And then a lot of stuff surfacing with KD yesterday and what the Suns are going to do. They're in a tough situation. They may need to do something whether they like it or not. And here sit the Golden State Warriors. Didn't make the playoffs, but looking for a way to get better, Goo.
Yeah, and to me, it's a smorgasbord. Everything's on the table. As a fan, I know I'm not the capologist. Shout out to Willard and Dibbs because they had a few of them on yesterday. And Steiny, I love and lead with my heart, man. I am ready for a big dog to come accompany Steph Curry. And I don't know how, but just get her done. Larry the Cable Guy. And at the top of my list is Kevin Durant. That could be a dream, but damn it, MLK had one and DLJ has one. I want Durant with the Warriors, Malcolm X, by any means necessary.
Well, hold on. I may give you a choice. I may give you choices.
Shout out E40.
Don't necessarily take. If you want to take Kevin Durant, you can take him. That's fine. But I might give you a couple other choices. And as long as we're going the big game hunting, I'm going to throw some other names at you.
Give it to me.
Now, there's one name I'm keeping off the list. And the reason I'm keeping this player off the list is because I think if I put this player on the list, he would be the unanimous consensus of Warrior fans that they would want.
Okay.
And so
I got my catcher's mitt. I'm ready.
I'm taking him out, and that's Giannis.
Man.
I'm taking Giannis out.
That is the dream.
Because I got to believe that most people, if the Warriors are swinging for a grand slam, they'd want Giannis.
No doubt.
All right. You can't have Giannis, but I'm gonna give you a lot of other choices. I just put that 5 names. 5 names. You ready?
Let's go.
Kevin Durant.
Okay.
LeBron James.
Number 2.
Paul George.
Number 3.
Horrible.
Joel Embiid.
Number 4.
Or DeMar DeRozan.
Number 5.
What if I asked Warrior fans at 888-957-9570, just forget, they're all going to cost you at least Kuminga and a couple draft picks. Let's just put it out there and simplify it. It's going to cost you. Which one of those 5 are you taking?
Now, I don't want you to throw me under the bus.
Let me do the names one more time.
I feel like I'm in court.
LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Paul George, Joel Embiid, DeMar DeRozan. Which is the one that you would want if I gave you a choice among those 5? And we could also do it if there's one of those 5 you absolutely don't want. We could do that. But we can keep it simple today as long as we know that Joe Lacob's already made a call about LeBron James. Kevin Durant's already been a Golden State Warrior. Paul George headed toward free agency. DeRozan headed toward free agency. All right, I set it up. 888-957-9570. What do you think, Gil?
I hope you don't throw me under the bus.
There's no wrong answer.
I know there's not, but there's going to be a different answer than what I gave you and Evan earlier because I was having a bad morning, y'all didn't know, and I just blurted out. But I'm sorry. It is the best big man since Wilt Chamberlain, and I'm one of his biggest fans. He has a game tonight. Game 6 is Joel Embiid. If you pair him with Steph and the pick and roll and all the things he could do, Steiny, you're right back. So I didn't even think about him yesterday. So Durant, I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm going over here to get Joel Embiid, who I believe is still in his prime, Steiny. I mean, now I'm getting goosebumps thinking about what that would be.
Played 39 games this year.
Got hurt.
Missed more than half the season.
A little scary.
Over the last 5 years, He's only played in 70% of the Sixers games.
He got MVP last year,
which actually was a little more than I thought.
But he just got MVP a year ago.
And he's coming off an injury.
I would do that and risk it all.
I think I have maybe the most unpopular one. If I had...
Now, how are you guys judging that? We're going to hear from Evan, too.
Well, here's why. So many of you out there, including the guy sitting across from me, suffer from recency bias.
Oh, it bothers me.
And they will actually cite one game from last night. But I really think it is funny. Of all those guys, I think I might take Paul George. I think I might take Paul George. And the reason I'm not mad at you. The reason I'm not taking Embiid is I'm just too scared. Like, and I say we because we're the Golden State Warriors. Here's what we can't do. We can't get somebody in here to play with our older guys, but who is injury prone himself. That to me is asking for big trouble.
Okay, but that's the risk I'm willing to take.
That's fair.
I'm not mad at Paul George about last night. Shout out Rob Lowe, but I am, Steiny, because he was coming off a game to where he's shown everybody just how good he is. And for whatever reason, I'm not going to say it was the Mavericks defense and their ball pressure. It looked like the stage was too bright, but that's neither here nor there.
The biggest shot of the game in Game 4.
Yeah, but the size that you get with Embiid, all the different things you can do on the Rubik's Cube basketball-wise with Embiid is why I would go Joel. God, you got me thinking and dreaming, man. And he's got a game tonight.
See, the issue I have with Embiid is he's just hurt too much. He's just hurt too much. And I feel like if you get a guy like Embiid, and we're talking about the Golden State Warriors and their offseason, in case you've just joined us, some more nuggets from the offseason coming in. Darvin Ham expected to be fired by tomorrow. Paul George, Ramona Shelburne of the ESPN, reporting that the Clippers are reluctant to give him a max contract. We have a lot of talk about KD could be possibly on the move. So we're talking about the Golden State Warriors, a team that's already called the Lakers about LeBron James a few months back. So I'm giving Warrior fans a little bit of a choice here. I'm going to give you 5 names. Paul George, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, DeMar DeRozan. I'm giving you your choice. They're all going to cost the same amount, and I'm just going to describe it as a lot.
Yeah. Let's throw it to Evan real quick. Who was your choice?
It's real quick. It's going to assume it's going to take Kuminga and 2 draft picks. Plus other stuff.
If I'm giving up the house for one of those 5 players, I guess DeRozan be a free agent. So the 4 guys we're talking about.
And Paul George is a free agent too. But
but you'd probably have to move him in a sign and trade type scenario. Right. So it'd be Joel Embiid because I understand that he's injury prone. Honestly, all of these players at their ages are probably injury prone for one reason or another. And Joel Embiid is the best of them, I think, right now.
Steiny, a lot of people want to know why you didn't include Bron.
I did include LeBron.
Okay,
James.
gotcha.
He's one of the 5 names. Paul George, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, DeRozan.
All right,
those are the 5 names.
2 Embiids.
Yeah, I'm
not mad at PG. He's a great player. And
here's the
real
thing.
quick, the Warrior way, Steiny. Shout out to the street. Yeah. I think whoever comes here, you're going to laugh. And this is after a year they didn't make the playoffs. They become a better version of themselves playing with Steph in this Warrior system under Steve Kerr. That's just that's the reality.
Somebody on a text line, where is it? Says he says, "Goo, the Warriors don't run a lot of pick and roll."
Well, you would when he got to. They didn't do it with Durant and Curry. That bothered me. But you would with this big fella. You would change that.
Yeah, the one thing. Here's how this conversation got started on the.
Can you imagine how much space Steph Curry would have if Joel Embiid was on the block?
Just,
I mean,
just think about it.
boy.
Steph Curry behind the three-point arc is more dangerous than Joel Embiid anywhere else on the floor.
But if you have those, nobody will fight you today.
Not if he's shooting
What
39%.
if you just have? What if you have both of those as an option? Good God!
How many games are they playing together?
Well,
see, I'm Mr. Practicality.
Some saying PG has missed more games than Embiid.
Well,
last 4 years,
course, he got hurt.
Well, Vegas.
I'm looking at the recency. Embiid missed half this season. Paul George played a full season.
Well, Curry played more games than Embiid, but do you think he's going to be able to play 75 again next year?
No.
So why would Paul George?
He probably won't. Just give me 68. That's all you're going to get anymore. Best season's going to be 70.
I'll take that.
And here's how the Vine started. The Vine started with the three names: LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Paul George. That's how our game started among Evan, Guru, and me. And to me, that one's easy. That one's easy. I'll take the only guy on that list who plays defense, and that would be Paul George. That's the reason I'm going to get Paul. That's the reason Paul George is is my choice, because he can defend.
Yeah.
He still defends. He's 34, which is less than LeBron by a significant margin. I feel like he's still a little younger than Durant. Embiid's a different animal altogether. I love him. He's a beast, but his injury history scares me. And as far as like kind of star/superstars, I think Paul George is pretty low drama. I think he's a player that can fit in anywhere and be
he's got a little
really
Wiggins in him though, Steiny, mentally, I believe.
Yeah.